90% of startups fail, but for us that is not an option. I guess reflecting to January, like it can be a very overwhelming time, whether you're a business owner or whether you're just even working a 9 to 5. I guess like with the hype of Christmas and paying all the bills and all the presents and coming into January, it can be seem like a bit of a standstill, you know, it's a bit of a come down from all this hype, and I think it's just you need to know the difference between failure and temporary defeat.
Like Dylan said, I suppose there's a massive difference between failure and temporary defeat, because if you're taking up, like, let's say some new habits, or you want to start a business yourself, or you want to go into something like that, you have to be mindful that you're going to fail and you're supposed to fail, but failure is the mindset. You know, temporary defeat is a complete separate thing to failure, and if you just continue with temporary defeat and never settle on failure, you never fail, and you will never fail, and you will ultimately succeed in the end.
Yeah. So yeah, even this January especially, like we've been in contact with our community and even with other business owners, and like this January especially has been a huge layback for people. Like people are struggling a bit more, they're getting a bit overwhelmed, they're not where they were last January, and I think people need to stop looking at things in terms of wealth and money. There's so much value in the month of January, and for us, January has been probably one of our best months in terms of lessons. We've learned so much from our own personal lives, we've learned so much with Ecclesia, and I guess we just want to share that value with you guys. I guess we're sharing all this value and all these lessons with you because it's just our awareness of what's going on in our lives, you know what I mean? And that's all it takes. It just takes awareness to see what's going on. That's where you can learn the lessons, learn what needs to change, and get rid of what is no longer serving you. So when you do have the perspective that everything isn't happening to you, it's happening for you, you can ask yourself the questions on why this is happening, you know? And then this is the beautiful stage when you can take all these lessons from difficulty and tough times. You can now use all this energy to get rid of those and put them towards a new, brighter year ahead of you. So for us, I think January is just a year to learn, and if you can learn to create wealth and abundance in the most difficult month, you're looking for a prosperous new year. So I guess what I'm trying to say is like just look at life from a different perspective, understand and ask yourself the question, why are things happening to you, learn from the lessons, and then try and apply all those lessons to a new year.
A good thing to keep in mind, like it's pretty simplistic, but like discomfort is not your enemy, it's your friend, like, because like, you know, it's like Dylan said, it's going to push you into doing the things that are necessary, like, and I think like, you know, discomfort itself only becomes your enemy when you're running away from it, because when you avoid discomfort, it can chase you. But if you're not avoiding it, if you can turn around and actually look at discomfort and say like, hold on, you know, I'm not running from you, I'm looking for you, then it flips the switch, it changes the whole dynamic. Like, you know, you don't have to run, you're looking for it. So then it changes your whole perception and your whole dynamic towards discomfort, and it becomes the fuel and the fire that will actually grow your personal life and your business itself, because the more you avoid it, the more it becomes something to run from. But if you can turn around and look for it, you know, it becomes less discomfort and it becomes more, I suppose, of a tool for growth, is what I would say.
So even going back to the 90% of startups fail, like we can understand why that is. Like things can get overwhelming and people can just give up, and again, like failure, it's just a decision, like, you know, and people need to distinguish between failure and temporary defeat, because temporary defeat is just a minimal thing, it's just a perspective to look at life, it's a place to learn all the lessons, and when you understand that, there's literally nothing stopping you. So I guess myself and Ben are just so grateful for January. We're grateful for all the lessons we've learned. We're grateful for everyone who continues to support us during January, and we're very grateful to come out of January in honestly probably one of the best positions we've been in with Ecclesia so far. And I guess we're gonna put this energy now towards 2023, and it's gonna be a great year. And
I suppose, yeah, just keep in mind that you know, the word startup is not always applicable to just business. You know, you could be starting up a new goal, a new venture, a new opportunity in your life, and just to make sure you keep in mind all the principles that me and Dylan have been outlining here, because, you know, and if you have any goals or any definite purpose for the year, put it in the comments below, because we'd love to see what all of you are getting up to, and, you know, if we can, you know, give, I suppose, any advice from our own personal circumstances that we've been through, and if it's, you know, if it relates to anything that you guys are commenting or you guys are striving for this year, like, we'd love to maybe touch on that as best we can, you know, because if we've been through it ourselves, like, we're here to offer any information that we can, like.
For myself and Ben, like, our own personal beliefs and values are like, we want a life worth living, we want to create freedom, we want to add as much value to the world as we can, and Ecclesia is going to be a way of getting there for us. So like, for you guys at home, like, what is it that you want to do? Like, what value do you guys want to add to the world? And like, just get those ideas flowing. Like, what is it that you can do now with your time and energy going forward in 2023? Because this is a great year to be had now for all of you, and it's just a matter of making the right decisions that correlate with those goals. So then going back to Ecclesia, like, these are what our beliefs and values are.
The purpose, I suppose, that's really driving me and Dylan forward is just to add as much value to the lives of our pack that we can, and, you know, to add as much value to the lives of the dogs that you have that we can, because we feel that's very important for people to be able to express how much they love their dog and to express to the world and show the world how proud they are of their dog without even having to say a word, really. Like, and I think our business is really the medium to get to that point, because to be able to provide people with the ability to display how proud they are of their dog without even saying anything is something that I'm truly passionate about, because I love my dog so much, and to be able to do that to me actually means a lot. Because when you're a dog owner yourself, if you're listening to this, you can relate. You know exactly what I mean. I don't even have to explain the connection and the relationship that you have. But to be able to express that in such a unique way, I suppose, and to add a piece of your own individuality and your personality to your dog is something that's never been here before. And it's something that I'm very excited to be able to bring and develop throughout this new year, and to display to the world some of the new ideas and the new ways that you'll be able to do this.
And that's the thing with Ecclesia. Like, Ecclesia is not just a brand, but a lifestyle, and it's a lifestyle created for you. Your dog is a reflection of your personality, and we want to give you guys the opportunity to take that a step further. It's what a brand represents. Like, when you're putting a Ecclesia jacket on your dog, it represents who you are. It represents your individuality. You can express your culture throughout your dog, because they play such an important role in your lives. And I think it's about time that people can see that connection with your dog, and we want to give you guys a platform to express your pride and passion over your dog. January's been a fantastic month. We're so incredibly ready for 2023. There's a lot of great things coming this year, so it's so important that you guys stay tuned. So just make sure you like, subscribe, turn on the bell notification. You guys do not want to miss anything this year.
Well, one thing I would like to say as well is that get your definite purpose, set your goals, and work towards them, and keep all this in mind. But enjoy the journey as well, because when you get to the end goal, you're going to look back and just think, what a laugh, like, do you know what I mean? Because if you take life too seriously, you can be too serious. You have to go into these things, execute your job and your profession with the utmost professional attitude, and be serious about it and get things done. But don't take everything too seriously, because if you take everything too serious, your life is going to be too serious. Like, have fun with it, enjoy the present moment, because if you're feeling good and you're trying to enjoy what you do, you're putting out that good energy, you're feeling good, and you get back exactly what you put out. So just try your best to enjoy it along the way too, because I suppose if you're always looking towards the future, you miss right now, and all you ever have is right now. So I mean, it can be a conflicting concept, but if you can get the balance right, it's something that I find contributes very heavily to my overall well-being every day and how I feel. And I suppose just staying on a good frequency and enjoying my life to the best of my ability.
Wait till the game.